Sabra, welcome. Thank you for being with me today. Really appreciate it. Oh,
Glad to be here.
would you be able to tell me a little bit about yourself and about your work?
Oh, well, the reason I held up that gorgeous cat is I work for Cat Play. It is a feline-owned pottery out of the Hungerford building. We're well known for mugshots, of course, because I'm kind of addicted to the backstories, and for pop vintage, refiring vintage china with our own images on them.
Fantastic. And we carry a few of your products in our museum shop.
Thank goodness.
And they've been very well received, all of them.
Oh.
Actually, the best seller is the RBG one.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
she is fabulous. I love the RBG one because I reimagined her wearing the headset of the Statue of Liberty, and that made me very happy.
Yeah, I love that design and the playfulness of it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you, when you're, researching these different people to feature on your pieces, is there anything that maybe inspires you about them or their work? I know for what we carry, we have Susan B. Anthony, Frederick Douglass, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Or is there any one of those people's stories that maybe resonates with you?
Well, all three do. I mean, obviously, there are two very strong women there. And Frederick Douglass is just a hero. When I was on the board of the Susan B. Anthony House, I actually visited his home in Anacostia, which is the Washington, D.C. community. And that was so meaningful to me. And then when Memorial Art Gallery had that tremendous installation about him, right after the shootings at the mosque. And I went to our local mosque to just, bear witness and attend a service. And then after that, I was feeling like there wasn't any way I could restart my day. I was so overwhelmed with emotion that I went to see the Frederick Douglass installation, and it was a perfect mashup. It was just great. But in all of my pieces, I tend to talk to either the political, moral, ethical. It was so much fun to pick which of the many Frederick Douglass quotes to put on the back of the mug. For Susan, I had a great time designing an updated woman symbol.
And I love that little feature. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I like to do Easter eggs, under the handles. So it's the woman symbol, but then in the circle, it's the Rochester flag. And so it has meaning to us locals.
Absolutely.
I also try, besides being political, because I'm a political animal, I strive for humor. I strive for snarkiness. I mean, Beckett insists. It's a high point of my day. Say I'm doing clothesline and people walk into my tent and start laughing, but I know I'm doing something right. I also love, in addition to politics, wordplay. So when I created a Bausch and Lomb mug, on the back of that says "Visionary Immigrants." Yeah, that's me.
I love that.
Thanks.
Yeah, your work has such just a great sense of playfulness and humor, and I think humor is just a really great way to be able to start some conversations, especially on pieces. Most of your pieces are either functional or adorn a part of your home, and they're truly splendid conversation pieces.
Thank you. I'm glad you see it that way, because I see it as a way to give myself voice in a way to engage others.
Absolutely. Speaking of your engagement with the community, do you want to maybe talk a little about the work that you're doing right now with Sample Soap?
I get verklempt. I'd love to. I'm really privileged that I can shelter in place. And aside from a slightly rambunctious kitty, do it pretty comfortably. But I can only do that because of all the people on the front line who are putting their lives at risk. the people in retail, the people who do delivery, of course, our medical people, the people in the warehouses supporting those groceries. The supply chain is long, and a lot of those people were living near the poverty line when this started, and things certainly haven't gotten better for them. So I'm really blessed to have been part of Sample Soap from its beginning in 1990. We collect toiletries you don't want and redistribute them to Rochester's neediest citizens. And we've had a great track record, you know, all volunteer, $200 budget a year, Point of Light, People Magazine, White House Reception, just great stuff. Really, really fortunate.
That's impressive.
But now things are much more dire. We thought it was bad before because a third of all kids in Rochester, school kids, go to school hungry. Thank God for school food. But things are worse. So my days are filled with talking to people who are hungry, who don't know how to get food. And I'll direct them to the various resources because everyone doesn't know about the Food Link grocery boxes or the distribution of bagged meals at schools and activity centers. Not only is the need right now greater, but the supply is much, much less because so many of the agencies that serve these people have shut down or shortened hours because they don't have volunteers and they don't have the food and other supplies coming in. So it's like the perfect storm.
Absolutely.
If people aren't, we do a lot of texting with people. I'm one of those people who answers my cell phone every time it rings just because of this. If people aren't having good luck at finding food immediately, we have volunteers lined up to do contact-free delivery of grocery gift cards. People in the community donate money, I match it, and then they'll set up a place to go meet with someone and drop it, say, on a park bench, back off, then the other person comes forward and they have a grocery card. The other side that is as rewarding to me, because I've got to tell you, every time I do anything Sample Soap, it doesn't matter how bad my day is, I feel better. It's when I get calls from truckers. Truckers are like my favorite people in the universe. So they'll take a load, usually to Wegmans, and it'll be refused for some reason. And then because of meta tags on our website, they'll find us and we work with them to find a place that can take a pallet of pre-cooked butterball turkeys or milk, half gallons of milk, or a day ago it was fresh raspberries. And it's fabulous to do this. And I admire these truckers so much because the easiest thing for them to do is put it in a dumpster, catch some Z's, and make it to their next stop. But instead of doing that, they're really trying to help the community.
Yeah, stepping up, certainly.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about this. I don't know if you can tell.
I knew a little bit about the work that you did, but hearing you talk about it is just true. It's inspiring, and thank you for being a part of our community in this way.
It really is my pleasure. And if anyone is interested, here comes the ad. You can set up a toiletry drive in your very own neighborhood. If you go to samplesoap.org, there's information there how to do it. There's contact. You might even get an email from me and the darling Beckett. You never know. If things get back to a new normal, we'll be looking at doing more collection spots at businesses, places of worship, gyms, beauty salons, all the fabulous places.
All the places we're longing for.
Yeah, all those places.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about you and your practice and what you're working on. Do you have any kind of final thing and any final note that you'd like to leave us with?
Well, a couple. One is this is an age in which we all need courage. And Frederick Douglass and Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Susan B. Anthony are great North Stars in how to be courageous. And if we ever doubt it, we just need to remember that Susan didn't just stand up for women's right to vote, which is not a safe thing to do. But she put her money where her mouth was. You know, when you know this well, when U of R kept coming up with barriers to becoming co-ed, she cashed out her life insurance policy and said, here, now we can afford it, can't we? So bless her heart. And just to end on an up note, things I'm doing for fun. I'm contributing to a great Facebook radio station, Radio COVD, organized by a brilliant potter in Nova Scotia. Heart goes out to everyone in Nova Scotia. I'm part of the quarantine cocktail group on Facebook, where we're working our way alphabetically through the 1930s Savoy cocktail book. I only used vermouth for cooking. I have a huge love affair for vermouth now.
And a new appreciation.
I know, right? And I'm doing an almost daily show me your socks post on Instagram and Facebook, where I show everyone my socks for the day. Today it is skull and crossbones, but in bright colors. There's a message there. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I am just so grateful for the abundance of all the things in my life. I'm really blessed to still have work, and the yards is going to be able to weather the storm, I think. So, you know, I'm really just trying to acknowledge that place of privilege that I have, and try and, you know, think about different ways to connect with the community and, you know, be a positive, uplifting force in any way that I can. So.
I truly hope that we come out of this with a clearer vision of how the safety net does not apply to all.
Yes.
And how
interconnected we truly are. Even, you know, it's just, I think that the web of how our society is built has really been shown, and it really shows how some people are truly just left behind, and we need to reevaluate that.
I hope on the flip side of this, we all truly believe that we're only safe if all of us are safe.
Yes. I think that's a great note to end on.
Thanks for being fabulous.
Thank you, Sabra. Thank you so much for your time. Give Beckett my love.
Hugs, Beckett.
Kitty love. All right, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.